Alright, stud muffin. So today we have Nickmercs taking revenge at the bossos over at Activision. We also have a person that transitioned her gender, and as she was looking to detransition, the rainbow community disowned her. They're like, okay, you're not part of the community. It was supposed to be, and at one point it was a community, but now it's no longer a community. It's a cult. Either you're part of it or you're not part of it. I'm gonna show you that video. We also have Dr. Disrespect, Hasanabi. Both of them are fighting. We also have PlayStation 6 information as well. Y'all want PlayStation 6? We're gonna be getting right into the story. Like this video if you're with Leave the Kids Alone. Dislike the video if you're with Activision. Guys, check this out. Our first story is apparently about Nickmercs. Now, Nickmercs came out. Yep, that cancel streamer. First of all, I gotta say, Don DeMarco. Man says that good afternoon, 15,000 new subs in the last 2 streams. Yo, that's pretty good for a canceled streamer, right? Because guys, we are talking about 15,000 new subs on YouTube. Sure, subscribing on YouTube is free. You can subscribe by just simply clicking the button, right? You gotta pay at least $5. They're similar to being a member, you know, clicking the join button on YouTube. And I gotta shout out all the members that I have on my channel. Shout out to all of you for being a member as well. I appreciate all of you on the channel here. And this is hurting Activision, right? Because they shot, they missed, they couldn't even cancel a streamer that they tried so hard to cancel. So it's a massive W for the community and also for Nickmercs, for TimTheTatman, and for you guys as well, right? Let's just be real, because we are talking about these streamers, and these are very massive streamers. They easily can get 10,000 viewers, 50,000 live viewers. I'm not talking about the actual views. Obviously they get more than that, but we are talking about live viewers. And you gotta understand this, right? When they play a game like X-Define is free to play. So when people see them play, they get influenced. They're like, okay, you know, that game look good. Is it actually free, or do you have to buy? And when they hear that you can download the game right now and it's free, what do? People magically download the game and they start playing the game. And this is how companies profit, right? Because influencer marketing is real. Soft marketing is real. There's a reason why Coca-Cola is massive, but yet they always have posters. They always still do ads, even though they don't have to, but they do it because they want to be inside your brain. This is how it works with these streamers as well. So Activision, they really rely on people streaming their game, and the fact of the matter here is that they never really said that they're not gonna ever play Call of Duty. They never said that they're gonna boycott. Eventually they're gonna start playing, but for the moment being, this sends a massive signal, because if they're not streaming Call of Duty, therefore they're not marketing Call of Duty, and it's gonna hurt Activision, because if they take away players from their game, those people are A, not gonna play their game, and B, they're not gonna be spending money on microtransactions. And keep in mind, the most amount of money they make from Call of Duty is from microtransactions. But guys, I want to play you this video, okay? Because I think this is very, very important. Shout out to Leviathan for sending this in. Check this out, okay? Doctors approved her for testosterone after just 1 meeting because she told them she is trans. Oh shit! She has since detransitioned. Powerful story. Check this out, guys.
Hello, as some of you might know, my name is Ash and I am a detransitioner. I recently made a little video on this topic, not really explaining much of it, and got quite a bit of backlash in my comment section, so I just want to come on and share my story. And some of you guys, you're gonna hate me for this, but I need to speak the truth. And I don't care what you say in my comments, I'm not gonna turn my comments off. Growing up, I didn't really show any signs of gender dysphoria. I was perfectly happy with my body and being a girl, and of course I was uncomfortable with, like, puberty and stuff, but that was for other reasons. Every girl is uncomfortable with their changing body. And when I was 13, I started to struggle a lot with depression, anxiety, that sort of stuff. I spent a lot of time on the internet, specifically TikTok, way more than I should have.
The fact that a kid has to worry about depression? Give her toys! Give him toys! And let him just run around and let him play in the park! You do not put a kid on puberty blockers just because they're feeling sad for the moment. It's normal. Even we as adults, we feel sad sometimes. We feel like that we lost motivation. Sometimes we have bad days. It doesn't mean that you have to be on puberty blockers because you're having one bad day or one bad week. If you're a kid, run around, play, maybe play some video games, maybe get a chocolate bar. I know that's bad for health. A 13-year-old should not be on puberty blockers because they're feeling depressed. That's crazy,
rather than going out in the real world, especially with COVID and everything else that was going on. Now at the time there were a million videos of all these trans people coming out, and because I was so unhappy with myself and who I was, I thought that that might be what was wrong with me, and I convinced myself that that's what was wrong with me and that's what would fix me. And I went really far to pass as a male, to the point where nobody that I knew that I was born a female. Here's a little picture of me from that time. Had
Holy. Yo, my guy be actually looking like a F-boy out here, like, bruh. Looking like a guy, but it's not a guy.
And everything. When I first transitioned, I really didn't have any issues with my body, but as I went on, I realized that I needed to fit into this box if I wanted to be a male, and because of how my body did not fit into that box, I became increasingly more uncomfortable with it. But it wasn't gender dysphoria, it was me trying to fit myself into a box that I simply didn't fit into. In a way, I sort of brainwashed myself into thinking that I had gender dysphoria, and naturally this brought me into a really bad place mentally where I started struggling with self-harm, ideation, all that stuff. And I assumed this was because I wasn't male enough, but it was really because I wasn't a male at all. I got on testosterone when I was 15 years old, and the thing that I think is absolutely wild is that I went to one appointment before I was given my prescription. One. You might be thinking, oh, well, they probably asked you a ton of questions. Nope. They barely asked me anything.
That's shocking. As long as you're an adult, as long as you understand what you're getting yourself into, obviously I would never recommend that. But if you're at a point where you want to transition and you are gonna feel happy, if you think you're gonna feel happy, I mean, listen, it's your life, you do you, right? But do not force that on the kids, do not force that on us. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. You live your life, I'll live mine, that's pretty much it. But do not impose your beliefs on me, and I'm not gonna impose my beliefs on you. But that's crazy. At 15-year-old, you go to doctors, one appointment, mind you, one appointment. That's all what it took. Damn.
They walked in there and was like, I'm trans, and they were like, okay. They didn't question me. They didn't sit down with me and question and talk like, is this really what's right for you? They were just like, okay, this is the next step in your transition. We'll give it to you. I was on testosterone for about 6 months, and luckily it didn't affect me super bad. I can still talk in a higher range and pass as female. Of course, there's a lot of changes that are permanent that I'm gonna...
Yeah, my guy's talking like she's sounding like a guy, bro. I'm having a hard time, man. I'm having a hard time, bro.
I have to live with for the rest of my life.
Assuming
After about 2 years of living as a male, I realized I was wrong. But I didn't come out about that right away. I stayed living as male for another year before I really finally decided that I needed to do this. And it was one of the most scary things that I ever did. I've faced so much backlash. I found it that people are so quick to accept trans people, but so quick to criticize detransitioners. Once I detransitioned, all my mental problems were gone. I'm happy. Yeah. That was my issue. The fact that I convinced myself that I was a dude.
That is insane, right? Because the rainbow community, they are like, we're gonna accept you. We're gonna put you under our wing, and we're gonna fly together. We're gonna be strong. Look at you. You're just stunning, brave. But the second they're like, okay, I'm not feeling strong today. I'm not feeling stunning. I want to detransition. I want to detransition. Then they're like, nah, man, get out of here, bozo. You're no longer part of the community. A community never does that. A community would support you through thick and thin. My favorite content creator is Hasan. Says, doctor, this, respect. Roll it.
I got no. My favorite content creator is Hasan. Even though he's fat and he's got weird looking structure of shoulders and he's unathletic, but he's really fat. He's my favorite content creator. I got nothing going on. I'm so depressed. I got a chip on my shoulder.
Oh damn, man, damn.
I'm critical of everything except myself. I got him in my bio, and I
Question: how many genders are there? Are there 2 genders? Are there more than 2 genders? Let me know in the comments. Hasan thinks there are hundreds of genders, okay? That's Dr. Disrespect based response, you know? Dr. Disrespect mocks fans of Hasanabi after Hasan made fun of him for cheating on his wife. And here's the thing, right? Hasan made that joke. The joke isn't necessarily the big problem. The problem is everybody's talking about leave the kids alone. Hasan is like, nah, man, we must protect the trans kids. The joke was simply made on a bad day, especially on a day when it was Dr. Disrespect's anniversary. But this following story is actually insane, man. I feel like that some of you are probably gonna be able to relate with this video, because certainly I feel that I had some moments in my life where I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there, and all of a sudden something comes up, something happens, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go there. And then I find out that there was an accident, something actually terrible happened, and I'm like, damn, I got lucky, maybe somebody's watching. And this apparently what happened. Billionaire says he backed out of that doomed Titanic sub train. Oh, shit. You know that submarine, we heard about it, it imploded underwater. These 2 people were supposed to be on it, but they saved their life by not being on it. Check this out.
This Las Vegas billionaire and his son had planned to go on the fatal voyage of the submersible, but pulled out. OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush scoffed at their fears, texting, "It's way safer than flying in a helicopter or even scuba diving. My son's friend researched what could go wrong and put a little scare in him."
And this is a CEO, and he passed away in the submarine implosion as well. There are a lot of things that I wanted to say, but I will not, because you know what, he passed away and it wouldn't be, you know what I mean, right? Like, I rest in peace. That's the only thing I can say right
Financier
now.
Jay Bloom texted Rush, but Rush dismissed their fears as stupid stuff. How do you feel about that now?
Crazy.
Stockton actually believed what he was saying. His intentions were good. He had a good heart. He was a good man.
Debatable, but listen, rest in peace to the guy, because yeah, that's the CEO that was saying that it's perfectly fine. I'm not gonna hire 50-year-old white males with military experience because they do not know what they're talking about. He was on his own ship. It feels like that he really believed in his submarine, which is something, I mean, damn, and that imploded. There are a lot of things I want to say, but man, like, you know,
believed in he drank his own Kool-Aid.
Seemingly desperate to fill empty seats, Rush offered Bloom and his son a $200,000 discount. Last minute price is $150,000 per passenger, he wrote.
Holy.
But they passed. Instead, Jay Bloom and his son Sean's places were taken by Pakistani mogul Shahzada Dawood,
and I'm actually from Pakistan as well, bro. Oh shit! Yeah, that is insane, though. Holy hell, bro.
Son.
I see that father and son that took the seats that we passed on, and but for the grace of God, that could be our picture.
Yep. I mean, that's God, man. Holy hell, bro.
Free Channel host Josh Gates took a test drive on the Titan and posted, "I walked away due to my safety concerns." BBC cameras captured the chilling moments on a voyage last year when it was discovered an engine had been, get this, put on backwards.
One of the thrusters is thrusting backwards right now.
Look at that passenger's reaction. The mission went ahead anyway. The most serious structural flaw may have been using carbon.
I'm pretty sure the other passengers didn't know that. If they knew and they still went ahead, bro, I don't want to disrespect because they passed away, but like, rest in peace. That's the only thing I can say.
Fiber and titanium in the pressure hull. Famed director James Cameron, whose film Titanic is the 4th most popular movie of all time, appeared on Good Morning America with Bob Ballard, the explorer who discovered the Titanic wreck.
The Achilles heel of the sub was the composite cylinder that was the main hull that the people were inside. That carbon fiber composite cylinder is now just in very small pieces.
Bob Ballard has known Stockton Rush for 20 years.
His dream was to go down and explore the Titanic, but unfortunately that dream turned into a nightmare.
Debris from the Titan was discovered just 500 yards from the...
At this point, Titanic is cursed, bro. Like, it is cursed.
The submersible is believed to have sustained a catastrophic implosion less than 2 hours after starting its descent. The 5 passengers apparently did not suffer. Death came to them in a flash, just 30 thousandths of a second.
If that is true, then that's actually really, really good, because eventually we're all gonna pass, right? So either you're gonna be having a good ending or bad ending. I hope, and I truly hope what they're saying is true, and I truly hope they didn't suffer, because initially we were all hearing that they were trapped. But that was apparently not the... Check this out, man. US Navy detected an implosion in the area where the Titanic-bound submersible was operating when it lost contact with its mothership on Sunday. And guess what? This was another distraction. And personally, I'm not entirely aware on the situation. People are bringing up like Hunter Biden and stuff like that, which I honestly have no knowledge of. It's like politics talk. I seriously have no knowledge. I'm not afraid of talking about it, but it's just that I have no knowledge on it. If you have, let me know in the comments below. But that is crazy. What do you want to believe in the situation, right? This is just one of those things, guys. Do not believe everything you hear. They knew that it imploded all the way back on Sunday, but they were feeding us the lie that maybe there is hope. These suckers, they knew that it already ended, the submarine imploded, but they kept that information hidden because it was another distraction. There was something that they were looking to hide. But guys, check this out, man. This is absolutely insane. It's children play at this point. I don't get it. Sony's Jim Ryan said in a deposition back in April that if Microsoft acquisition of Activision happens, Sony will not share any PS6 information.
Oh my god.
Y'all can share PS6 information. It's fine. Jim Ryan, it's fine. Sony will not share any PS6 information with Activision devs, saying that they will not be able to share relevant future console info to a dev owned by a competitor. Now, I mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense when he put it that way, that, yeah, but we're not gonna be letting PS6 information go out to Activision because Activision might snitch to Xbox about the PlayStation 6 specs. They might snitch about the hardware. It kind of makes sense. And for the longest amount of time, I thought his name was Jim Ryan, but apparently it is James Ryan. Oh shit! I don't know, man. This man is a complete mystery, bro. It's but luckily we are hearing that the next PlayStation 6 and the next Xbox is most likely not gonna come out before 2028. It's set for 2028 roughly. I'm pretty sure even Sony and Microsoft, they do not have a set date, quote unquote, but we are hearing 2028. So we still got some time because PS5 Pro is supposed to come out in like holiday 2024. But click on this video on the screen because Phil Spencer actually went to court and he said a lot of crazy stuff. Click on this video on the screen. This is like a follow-up to this information. On the left though, we got some really good GTA 6 news. It's a new video. Check these videos out, guys, and I'll see you right there.